Hey there, and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Stevie Bruce identifies looming problem with Alejandro Garnacho for Erik Tanh. Alejandro Garnacho is one hell of a prospect for Manchester United. The dazzling Argentine winger looks like arguably the brightest young spark for United. Since he really came onto the scene last season, he's looked nothing short of sensational when he's featured. However, this year he's taking a little longer to get going. So far, he has 0 goals and assists in red this season. He hasn't been as clinical, that's for sure, but an apparent issue that is looming over Erik Tanh is becoming more and more apparent each week. Speaking on the Football Daily podcast, former Red Devil Stevie Bruce spoke about the Argentine and the recurring problem that is becoming evident with him. He said, Garnacho has made a cameo role again. That's the frustration of Man United supporters. We see him coming on as a sub and say, wow, this kid's got something. It gives you a little bit of spark, but when he starts, he doesn't really give you that from the off. We all know he is young and he's got a lot to do, but at least when he does come onto the pitch, he gives a little bit of spark to the occasion. It's becoming an issue for Ten Hag, as Garnacho evidently possesses the talent to be a future starter for Manchester United. However, Bruce is right, it's undeniable this season that he is far more effective coming off the bench. Garnacho does provide explosiveness, and this does arguably work better against tired legs. However, this is the side of his game that needs to change. He needs to learn to adapt into a player who can give all his got from the off. If he is serious about becoming a regular for United, he needs to assess how to get there. More details emerge of Man United treatment of Jadon Sancho, with latest potentially the worst. Jadon Sancho is currently an outcast at Man United, and the latest details regarding how he is being treated at the Premier League giants may be the worst yet. The Englishman is currently exiled from the Man United first team by Erik Tanh following the pair's falling out after the Red Devils' defeat to Arsenal in early September, and it has been widely reported that the 23-year-old will leave Old Trafford in January. The latest regarding his situation at Carrington comes from Man United journalist Laurie Whitwell, who reports that Sancho is prohibited from using Manchester United's first-team canteen. Instead, his food is brought to him in a lunchbox across the walkway at the club's training facility, which seems a little harsh on the winger. It feels like Sancho is in some sort of prison, the way he has been treated since the start of last month, but it could all have been avoided with a simple apology. That never came, and now the 23-year-old is certain to leave Old Trafford in January. Borussia Dortmund and Juventus have been two clubs linked to the Man United star, but Laurie Whitwell is reporting that the Saudi Arabia route is seen as the most plausible option for the player because European teams will struggle to match his wages of more than £200,000 a week. Journalist rules out Man United move for star with 415 Premier League appearances. Manchester United have been linked with a move for the Spanish goalkeeper David de Gea, per The Sun. The 32-year-old goalkeeper left Manchester United as a free agent earlier this summer, and there have been rumors that the Red Devils could look to bring him back to the club. Summer signing Andre Onana has not been able to perform at a high level consistently, and his error-prone performances have fueled speculations that the Red Devils need to sign another goalkeeper. While there is no doubt that David de Gea could be a useful short-term option for the club, journalist Bennett Jacobs believes that a return to Old Trafford is simply out of the question. The journalist revealed to Give Me Sport that the Spanish goalkeeper would not be open to returning to Manchester United even if the Premier League club tried to sign him. Furthermore, he added that De Gea was disappointed with the way his exit from the club unfolded during the summer transfer window. Apparently, there was a lack of clarity from the club with regard to his contract situation. Ben Jacobs said, "There is no truth in David De Gea returning to Manchester United. As far as I am aware, we know that De Gea was disappointed with his Manchester United exit because there was no clarity right up until when he became a free agent. Eventually, he departed, and I think that Manchester United and De Gea have drawn a line under the chapter. I don't even think that De Gea, from people I speak to, would be open to returning if Manchester United did try, but there is no indication that is what they are looking for at this stage. So a David De Gea return to Manchester United is not going to happen as far as I am told." There is no doubt that the 32-year-old was an exceptional servant for the club during his time at Old Trafford, and he helped them win several major honors. He made 415 Premier League appearances for them as well. Manchester United could certainly use a shot stopper like him right now. It remains to be seen whether Onana can get back to his best in the coming months. He was outstanding for Inter Milan last season, and there is no doubt that he is a quality goalkeeper. Marcus Rashford insists Manchester United to take their chances against Manchester City. Manchester United star Marcus Rashford has urged his teammates to take their chances against Manchester City ahead of the blockbuster Super Sunday fixture. Both teams are coming at the back of a 2-1 win in their respective previous Premier League game and will be keen to extend their winning streak. Rashford believes Man United can beat their arch rivals if they back themselves. In a recent interview with United Review, he said, "You have to be confident, you have to trust your own abilities, but you also have to pay them respect. We have to be ready for when the little moments arrive in games such as this. We need to take those moments. I can see the similarities to the Liverpool home game last season. We have the courage and the willingness to fight in every game we play, and we need to pick up the points. We need to move up the Premier League table. There is no time to wait around." The Man United talisman has endured a difficult start to the season, scoring just a solitary goal in 9 league games. Erik Tanh has kept his trust in the England international and has started him ahead of crowd favourite Alejandro Garnacho. Rashford is now one of the senior members of the squad. He knows how much a derby win over Man City would mean to fans. Pep Guardiola's men are expected to dominate ball possession on Sunday. This will open opportunities for the Red Devils to counter-attack. Rashford possesses a searing turn of pace that can cause huge problems for Man City during transitions. However, he would be up against Kyle Walker, one of the best right-backs in the division. It's also important for Rashford to create chances for striker Rasmus Højlund. The duo need to improve their chemistry on the pitch to solve United's current goal-scoring woes. Ten Hag might switch Rashford to the right flank later in the game to involve Garnacho from his favourite left-wing spot. This can aid the 25-year-old to take on Gvardiol or Ake, who are not known for their pace. The Red Devils need their star player to revive this season. A dazzling performance against Man City today could be the best platform. Erik Ten Hag eyeing another Manchester derby goal from Bruno Fernandez. Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag is looking forward to another derby goal from Bruno Fernandes during today's Premier League clash against Manchester City. The Red Devils are currently on a 3-match winning streak in all competitions. They have had nervous moments in each of those games, but have been on the winning side. The players will need to step up for the Manchester derby this afternoon. Ahead of the game, Ten Hag was asked whether Fernandes has not had the same impact against the Big Six clubs. In response, the manager highlighted that the Portuguese scored in the same fixture last term and added that he will be happy as long as the midfielder repeats defeat against the Citizens. He said, "Last year he scored, so I don't know. As long as he does that again, I'm happy." Ten Hag also mentioned that the £47 million signing is at his best when United have lots of possession and against top teams like Man City, the most important thing is to be on the winning side. He added, no, Bruno Fernandez is one of those players that when we have a lot of the ball, he is at his best. There are games against top teams when we have less of the ball, so maybe then there are less moments. Then it's about taking benefit from such moment, and then for this you have to work hard for the team and to get a result because that is the most important thing, that the team is winning. Fernandez scored the vital equalizer in the same fixture at Old Trafford last season. The goal brought a lot of debate, given Marcus Rashford seemed to be interfering in an offside position in the lead up. Rashford was the hero in the end, with the match winner soon after. United fans will be hoping for a similar performance, such that the club can avoid losing further ground on the top four. The club are already 5 points behind fourth placed Liverpool, while they are 11 points behind leaders Tottenham Hotspur with a game in hand. The derby is a must win game, in our opinion. Fabrizio Romano says Man United really like Nice star Jean-Clair Todibo. Football transfer guru Fabrizio Romano claims that Manchester United have a clear favourite on their list of possible centre-back signings. United have struggled in the absence of ball-playing Lisandro Martinez this season, and due to the physical fragility of Rafael Varane, who at 30 years of age is likely to become increasingly injury-prone. And whilst both Victor Lindelof, Johnny Evans, and lately Harry Maguire have provided ample cover, their futures remain undecided, and a world-class option is high on United's list of transfer priorities. According to Romano, the man at the top of the wish list is Jean-Clair Todibo. Romano said, I told you United were already scouting some players such as Antonio Silva from Benfica, who is considered a super talented centre-back, and staying in Portugal, a sporting player called Gonzalo Inacio, who is left-footed and a different kind of centre-back, more technical than fast, is being looked at. Jean-Clair Todibo is having an incredible season at Nice and was already very expensive last summer when United considered the possibility of signing him. At that point, Nice wanted 45 million euros, so imagine now, with the club first in the league table, the boy is gonna be super expensive, but Man United really like him. Romano also doesn't mention the so-called United tax, which sees the clubs whack the asking price up for United because of their known propensity to overpay. A potential point of interest around Todibo could be that his current club is owned by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who is poised to invest a 25% stake in United and take control of football affairs, while Ratcliffe would have to be careful not to simply plunder stars from Nice to bolster United's ranks. It would obviously smooth the way for negotiations if the decision maker on both sides was the same person. Effectively, Ratcliffe could be negotiating with himself. However, Romano points out that many other players around Europe could be really interesting for that position, and we'll have to wait and see if United decide to invest in the January window or in the summer. Real Madrid star Tony Cruz offered to Manchester United. Apart from injuries ravaging his squad, Manchester United manager Erik Tanh has also found it difficult to pick a stable midfield in games. This might force the club to dip into the January transfer window to try and find a solution, and the Daily Star have come up with a blockbuster choice. The report has stated that current Real Madrid superstar Tony Cruz is unhappy with the minutes he has received this season, and with his contract dwindling down, a move could be likely. The five-time Champions League winner has started only 7 games this season, finishing a full game only thrice. The 33-year-old has fallen behind the likes of a new signing Jude Bellingham in the pecking order at the Bernabeu, and he could be open to experiencing life as a Premier League footballer. United had been linked with the German back when David Moyes was manager, before Amor eventually broke down when Louis van Gaal arrived at the helm. Multiple Premier League clubs, including United, are aware of the situation, and a move could arrive as early as January, while a move as a free agent next summer seems much more likely. The report from the Daily Star reads Real Madrid star Tony Cruz is being offered to the Premier League elite. Both Manchester clubs, Newcastle and Chelsea, are among those in and around the top half of the table, aware of the situation surrounding the German central midfielder who turns 34 in January. If unlikely to be needed by treble holder City anytime soon, under pressure Reds boss Erik Tanh could be interested in a short-term cut-price deal in the new year. United have enjoyed temporary success with recent high-profile acquisitions from Real Madrid, with Rafael Varane and Casemiro all enjoying decent form for a season before eventually looking like a shadow of their former selves. United should be aware of this fact, and they should ideally not rush in for a player who looks like his time at the top is drawing to a close. As we wrap up today's Manchester United news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.